Tell me a bit about yourself then.
So my name's David, owner of David James Car in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I work with my wife Stephanie and I have three young kids, Ryan, Abby and Georgia.
And how did you get into this business?
It was a bit of a long story.
Go ahead.
We started coming up nearly 3 years ago. I was going through a bit of a tough time. I was bankrupt. Just finding a bit of a struggle having three young kids. Didn't have no car, didn't have a printer, didn't have no mobile phone. Didn't really know what to do with myself. I was going to go and look for a job, but something kept telling me to go and do my own thing. So one day I was in my wardrobe. I had a Stone Island coat. I didn't really wear it anymore. Started looking into eBay, seeing the price that the coats were holding their value for. Took a chance, put it on eBay for 99p auction, and it ended up selling for over £200. So it cost me 400, wore for a few years, put it on, and still got over £200 back. So I thought, right, there might be something in this. Started searching eBay for other pre-owned jackets. Started bidding on some auctions. Won a few coats that came to my house. I started trying to take better photographs, better descriptions, better keywords, and relisting them, and trying to obviously make a few pound on them. So maybe a coat that cost me 50, sold for 70. You know, and just tried to get a wee bit of momentum going. But kept this to myself. Didn't tell no friends, didn't tell no family, and obviously everybody's on your case. You know, oh, you need to do something, you need to get a job, you need to do this, you need to do that. So just kept working away in the background. I was a wee bit embarrassed as well because it was like pre-owned clothing. You know, to tell somebody I'm selling second-hand clothes doesn't really.
It doesn't sound the best.
Doesn't sound the best. And also what people don't see is you end up with clothes who some of the jackets smell like smoke, some of them have dog hairs on them, some of them need mended, and everything else that comes with it. So kept it up anyway, spent a few hours each morning searching through all the auctions, trying to find the ones that I thought was, you know, worthwhile bidding on. Started to receive a few packages each day. So then whenever we relisted them and they sold, obviously I had to dispatch them. Didn't have a printer, so I had to walk to the local library to print out the invoice. Walk to the library, print out the invoice, walk back to the house, package the item, walk to the post office, dispatch the item. And then on that day again, if somebody maybe paid late, obviously eBay's all about feedback. So when somebody made a late payment, back out again, back to the library, printed the invoice, back to the house, pack the item, back to the post office, back to the house. And then other days, whenever the postman was bringing a few, maybe he had 6 or 8 parcels, and you missed them, call him to the house, you left the card, all your parcels in the depot. So the depot was maybe a 40-minute walk away. So I left my daughter in the house, took her pram, empty pram, walked 40 minutes to the depot, collected the sack of parcels, put the sack of parcels in the pram, walked back to the house, and then the same, opened them, whatever need packed, walked to the library again, back to the house, back to the post office. So it was doing plenty of walking each day. Keeping fit, just getting into the routine. So it wasn't easy. You were making a small amount on each. Some coats you were losing on, and you were still trying to find your way of what was popular, what wasn't popular. Just learning as you go. So it was a lot of hard work people don't see behind the scenes. And then when you did eventually start telling people, oh, I'm doing this on eBay, I'm selling old coats, you know, people laugh and says that'll never work, you know. It'll be no good, how you going to do this, how you going to do that, and just sort of negative. So I tried to keep a positive mindset and just keep, you know, moving forward. Had belief in what I was doing, and believed each morning when I got up I would strive to make it better than the day before. So I kept doing that for a while, and got to the point where the postman was calling every day with a sack of parcels for me. So maybe bringing 10 or 15 coats every day. Built it up. Still not making very much money, but just enough just to keep reinvesting and you know, just keep it turning. I got to the stage one day where I had enough spare cash to go and buy my own printer. So nowadays, you know, people think big deal of printer, but it was a big deal to me back then because it saved me out walking in the pissing rain to the library to print off the invoices. So I got the printer, got back, you know, get into the rhythm, all happy, getting, you know, speeded up and everything else. And then we started looking for more brands.
Mhm.
So we started searching for a CP company. Started winning a few auctions on it. Same again, same scenario with the postman, everything else. But at this stage, whenever you missed the postman, it was like life or death, because he was bringing maybe 2 big sacks of parcels, because you know, some Stone Island coming, some CP coming. So if you missed him, it was a dreaded, you know, you're getting the pram again.
Yeah.
And getting trying to fit 2 sacks under the pram.
Yeah.
The guy's looking at you and people's looking at you, walking down the road, all these cars, you know, looking, this guy's walking with these sacks in his pram. We didn't really care, you know, you knew what you were doing, just plugging away. So get back, processed all them, and just kept moving forward, took one day at a time, didn't, you know, trying to think of the long term, just chip away each day as it comes. Got to the point then, a load of months later, I had enough saved up to get back on the road, so I was able to go and buy a Renault Megane car. And again, Renault Megane, pre-owned, 12 years old, 15 owners or whatever it had. But it was like a Ferrari, because you know, back on the road, yeah, saved a few quid, was delighted, over the moon. So all the hard work you were doing, all them walks in the rain, all the graft, it was starting to pay off.
Yeah.
But driving down the road, happy enough. So got to that level, and then from then, the spare room I was doing it from in the house, sort of we agree it. So I had to start looking for a small lock-up somewhere, or just somewhere that was bigger than our room. Found a small unit in East Belfast where we live. Signed a short-term lease, moved in there. It's just carpet on the floor, put up a couple of chrome rails, because didn't have no money for shop fittings or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just was slowly keeping it online. Moved in, was able to then expand another bit, because we already had Stone Island coming in, with CP coming in, and started to buy pre-owned Hugo Boss on eBay, started to buy Armani, started to buy Moncler. But when you were getting the other brands, you sort of took your time, because on eBay, you know, you can get fakes, you can get items not as described, damaged, you know, stuff that maybe you're buying and it's a bit crap and nobody really wants it, and you know, you don't want your money tied up and stuff like that. So started to expand anyway, added the more brands, and as we're doing this, we're getting knowledge, because we're, by this stage, we're really knowledgeable about Stone Island, really knowledgeable about CP company, and start learning the business. But the end goal that we always wanted, whenever I started this and sort of dipped my toe in the water, was I would love my own shop.
Yeah.
But thinking that back then, it's impossible, because number one, you need a shit ton of money to invest. Number two, you need a prime location in a city centre or a shopping centre. Number three, you need brands on board that are going to put their brand into your store. Number four, it's that difficult, because when you approach brands, they close the door in your face, or they put the phone down, or they say you need to have A, B, C and D brand in before we even speak to you. But you can't get A, B, C and D, because they won't give you it first. So it's just a full circle. Nobody wants to know. So that's why nowadays, whatever town you're in, you never see new designer clothes shops opening. It's either chains that are expanding, or it's just the store that's been there 20, 30 years that's established. So for us to try and open a store, it was just a complete dream. You know, it was like so far away that you couldn't even, you know, imagine it coming true. But anyway, still doing the pre-owned, expanded the brands, got to that level. So this unit where we're in, a guy in Belfast seen us on eBay, seen our username, seen we're based in Belfast. You know, we sent us a message, can I come and meet you? I want to try the coat on. And I said, no, you know, we'll do it all through eBay, blah, blah, blah. He says, no, I see you've 60 coats listed, you know, you must have them somewhere, all this. But then you're thinking security wise, you don't really want to tell people where it is. So, bit the bullet, messaged him back and said, yes, we'll meet. So, met him, had a chat, he was delighted, paid cash, all the rest. So I'm going, right, happy days. So then he told somebody else, and then somebody else messaged, I want to meet you. So then you're sitting there saying, right, what do you do here? So you're selling on eBay, and then people want to meet you, so you're jumping in your car. I have coats in the boot. And you're going to McDonald's, meeting people in car parks, meeting people at petrol stations, you know, meeting people all different areas, driving around with all these coats in your boot, opening the boot, looks dodgy as anything. You know, you're standing there trying to sell coats in the middle of the night. So that's how we started, you know, meeting the general public with them. And then from then we started delving into social media. So
Yeah.
set up Facebook, set up Instagram, set up Twitter, and then people started, you know, more interest locally. People started messaging. So at this point, we're saying to ourselves, we'd love to have brand new.
Yeah.
So we want to have brand new Stone Island, brand new CP, not pre-owned. So the next logical step was sit on Google, wholesale Stone Island, wholesale CP, wholesale men's designer clothing, wholesale this, wholesale that, Italy this, Italy that. So you're sitting searching for hours and hours and hours, emailing people, trying to find out, you know, where to go, where to buy it, what to do, and you're just getting the door closing your face. So you really feel like giving up, but you just keep going and going and going until, you know, no, you don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
So every time somebody kept telling us no or it's not going to happen, I just put more fuel on the fire. They keep saying no, we'll keep going here, we'll keep going. So came to the crunch where I just booked the flight to Italy out of the blue. Told my wife I'm going to Italy. She thought I was crazy, I'm losing the plot. Where are you going to go, who are you going to meet, what are you going to do, you know, all this. So didn't know who I was going to meet, didn't know where I was going, didn't know anything about it. Jumped on a plane, landed in Rome, hired a car. I knew I was going to travel from Rome to Milan. And it's a 6-hour drive. So whenever I was booking the trip, it's easy to say 6 hours, you know, it's a gift, but
It's long.
in a different country on the other side of the road with a different currency, don't know the language. The Italian drivers are crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you've landed yourself in the shit a wee bit.
Yeah.
And you don't know where you're going. You know, I think when we landed there, the car didn't have a sat nav, so I'm trying to have an argument with the rental company to get a sat nav because we didn't have a clue where to go.
Yeah.
So we arrive anyway, start driving about, still on Google, trying to find like fashion districts, fashion areas. You know, Italy's obviously the place to be for fashion for the world. So we're in a few shops, a few boutiques, stock Stone Island, ask their advice. They don't want to know because obviously it's, you know, they don't want to give their suppliers away. So I ended up, luckily enough, bumped into a guy who was in the industry who said yes, I might be able to get you access to past seasons Stone Island. So I thought, oh brilliant, you know, maybe touch lucky. So put me in touch, had a chat, explained what we wanted to do, bring it back here, you know. So got the first sort of parcel together. First parcel, you know, maybe 30% of the stuff we liked, you know, half decent jackets, half decent polos, whatever else, but then a lot of the stuff we didn't like. But we weren't in a position to say, you know, pick and choose what we wanted. Basically they say, you take this, cost this, and that's it. So it's big risk because we're then, the small amount of money we built up through the pre-owned, we're then pumping into this thing that we're going, is it going to work, is people going to like it? You know, all these different scenarios. So got the first parcel back to Belfast and tried it on eBay. But on eBay we used the same system, 99p auction, but you're sitting there with a coat that retails for maybe 500. You're putting it at 99p and it was worse than the pre-owned.
Yeah.
So you're going to flip, I thought it was improving by getting brand new, but it's not achieving the same price.
Yeah.
So it was really strange. You're going, we'll just stick with the pre-owned and then, you know, we'll stay there, we'll know what we're doing. The brand new's not really taking this price, so I'm going to change the brand new and put it at bad now price. So say it was 400, but it was selling a lot slower.
Yeah.
So it was just sitting there, so you're sort of caught in the middle. So luckily enough, the guys who wanted to meet us in Belfast and stuff in the car parks, loaded up the boot of the car around, so then now it's really starting to take off. Guys are phoning you all the time, I'll take a medium in that blue one, I'll take a large in that green one, you know, all this. So the brand new started really to take off.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where the pre-owned sort of started down on it, and every time the brand new was selling, kept reinvesting the brand new, reinvesting, and then through the Stone Island guy, we're able to get a little bit of CP in. By this stage, the CP's coming in, the Stone Island's coming in. We're building social media, so on Instagram our numbers are starting to go up, on Facebook our numbers are starting to go up, people starting to ask a lot of questions, we're starting to meet a lot more people in these car parks, and it's just starting to turn a lot quicker. So it got to the point where the place where we're in, it started to fill up, and then you're back to that decision making time where do we stay where we are or do we move? So started looking about in the local area, seen the place we're in now, had a chat, big decision. It was just before Christmas time, so it was in December, and I think it was 2014 December.
Mhm.
So it was 2 weeks before Christmas, and then we got the keys,
Yeah.
and Christmas was stressful enough.
Yeah.
We're moving in here, again in here was just carpet, there was, you know, paint on the walls, just a complete shell, there was nothing here at all.
Mhm.
So moved in, put a chrome rail on the wall, put the little bit of Stone Island CP we had a white plastic chair of IKEA, and I just sat here day and night, wasn't open to the public,
Yeah.
sat on my mobile phone, sat on Facebook groups, sat on eBay, sat on Instagram, sat on Twitter, and just tried to pump the stock. So I was constantly putting the stock up, was constantly private messaging people, posting in groups, you know, looking after emails, you know, just trying to move the stock as well as meeting people locally.
Mhm.
Sitting here maybe from 8, 9 in the morning to 10, 11 at night, every day, 7 days a week.
Mhm.
Just kept going and going and going until started to move that stock, and then got more in, and just kept the way going, kept it going every single day. Then it got to the point, the guys who were meeting in car parks, saying that we had a lot more selection of brand new stock, asking, can we come and try it on? You know, I want to buy an outfit, I want to buy those jeans, that polo, that jacket. So they say, right, we're moving into this place, you know, come around at 7 PM. So they're coming at 7 PM Friday night. We had a beer fridge here, so give them a beer. Had the music on the TV on the background, so they're coming in, they're going, oh, this is, you know, this is some spot, have a beer, have a chat, try the stuff on, pay the money, away they go. Then they tell their friend, and then they tell their friend, and then before you know it, people's rapping on the door 2 in the afternoon, asking, can I come in? I don't really know who they are, and you're a wee bit skeptical because you know, nobody really knows we're here with the stock. So it just sort of started to snowball. Guys started coming in, started to get to know what we're about, and as the more people supported us, the more we were able to invest in more stock and grow it and grow it and grow it. Came to the point where we put a sign up outside and basically announced we're here, you know, this is the opening times, come and see us. By this point our website was, you know, looking after itself, eBay was up and running, social media was strong, a lot of people were supporting us around UK and the rest of the world. Guys were calling every day. So the sign went up, then we started to try and improve the interior, you know, make it a bit more presentable because the general public was coming in. And then one weekend I was away for a football match. I came back to open up on the Monday morning and the whole place was robbed. So walked in, every shelf was bare, every piece of Stone Island was gone, every piece of CP company was gone, and everything we worked for up till that point was just gone. So we're standing there, the heart was ripped out of us, didn't know what to do, just disbelief, because you built it from building up the pre-owned till a level, getting your printer, getting your car, going to Italy, on that journey to try and build it to where it was that time, which was still relatively small. Somebody came in and just wiped us out. So got in touch with the police, you know, next minute the TV cameras were here, the radio was here, newspapers were here. Obviously we had it on social media to try and make people aware if they were offering any stock. So it just blew up. And then next minute people just started calling, people from around the country started calling, people started making phone orders, people started hitting the website. You know, but with bare bones of stock left, you know, a few bits when they were robbing the place, there was a few wee pieces left behind. So what do we do? So got in touch with one of the suppliers, explained the situation. They seen it on Google on different news sites and says, listen, you know, you've been good up to now, we'll send you over a few boxes of stock, get it sold, pay us then, and then, you know, we'll build you back up again. So that pulled us out of a big hole. The stock came over, and then people just started coming. People just from all over the country started coming, started supporting us, and just said, listen, I don't need more Stone Island, but I'll buy a jacket just to put money in your till, just to get you back on your feet. You know, we've seen you, what you're trying to do, you have a young family, you're working hard, you know, why not? That brought us up to that stage, up to the shop where we are now.
Well, obviously, like all your customers were supportive of you, but were your family supportive of you as well?
Yeah. If it wasn't for my wife and kids and stuff, I think I probably would have packed it all in. Because
I think a lot of people would have.
Yeah, it's times like that when you either sink or swim. You know, when something like that happens, if you build something up to a point, and when that happens, it's all completely gone.
Yeah, everything you work for is just gone.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Three minutes, and it just changes your life completely.
Mhm.
So it could have went two ways, and luckily enough, touch wood, it's went in the best way possible.
Yeah. So like getting on to the business now, tell me a bit about all your sale events you do, like the Black Friday, Boxing Day, and the summer sale.
Well, ever since when the robbery happened, the good thing that came out of it was obviously all the support. It put us on the map. Guys who lived 10 minutes away didn't even know we were here.
Mhm.
So they sitting down to watch the news, seeing the shop and go, oh, that shop's up the road, or you know, I passed that shop on the way to work. So they all supported us. So what we wanted to do to repay everybody, coming up to the next Black Friday, the last week in November,
Yeah.
we wanted to put on a big sale event.
Mhm.
Didn't know how it would go. Planned this event, set it up on Facebook, Instagram. You know, sent out emails, advertised to the best of our ability. And next minute, the queue was just unbelievable. The queue was about 200, 250 people deep.
Mhm.
People was teed up online waiting for the sale to go live at 9 a.m.
Mhm.
Had it all teed up and going, right, you know, we bit worried then because the amount of people was interested was a lot more than what we could, you know, handle. Sat back, had everything ready the night before, walked around the corner the next morning to open up. So I came in about 2 hours earlier, at 7 a.m. The sale starts at 9, and the queue was just down the road.
Yeah.
And everybody's, you know, watching to say something up, and I'm nervous because I'm going, where's all these people came from?
Yeah. Mhm.
So they're all queued up, waiting to get in. You know, let me in. And I said, oh, the door's don't open for another 2 hours. So they're all ready. I'm nervous as anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're going, how do I handle all these people? How do I keep them all happy?
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think I've enough stock.
Mhm.
And not even that, the queue you see outside, what's the queue like in online? The
Yeah.
queue online's in, we looked at statistics, and the queue online was in its tens of thousands.
Mhm.
So you really panic stations. Next minute, 10 to 9, you know, you're about to open the door in 10 minutes. You have a security guard on the door. You know, never had that before. You're obviously, me, Stephanie, and a couple of the guys that work here, you know, we're teed up and we're a wee bit overwhelmed because if anything happens, there's only, say, 4 of us. Teed up, ready to go. And website crisis, right on 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So website crisis, the phone's ringing, the messages are going, you know, everybody's going mad, you know, don't really want to say what it was being called. It called every single name you could think of.
Frustrated.
Yep, you know, you've built all this up, and then the website crisis. So I'm on the phone to the guy that looks after our website. You know, he said he boosted the server. You know, all that's carry on, but I think it's just the sheer demand and the sheer spike.
Yeah. It's the demand for those CP beanies.
Well, that's what it became famous for. The only place in the world you can get CP beanie at 29 quid. But anyway, the spike, you know, it's just too much to handle. Too much for a small business. You know, if you went on to get tickets for a main boxing event or a football match for a cup final, what's going to happen? They'll be sold out.
Yeah.
You know, in the site crisis. So if they can't cope, what are we supposed to do?
Well, obviously you've took care of that now. You've got the new website coming in.
Yeah. So today, as we stand, we're in a new refurbished shop. We're ready to launch our brand new website, which we've been working on now, I would say, the last 6 or 9 months.
Yeah. Really
behind the scenes. We haven't been as active on social media. Been really trying to work. We've been bringing models in to do photo shoots. You know, all the product photography's improved. You know, the website is a brand new, complete, custom built website for our business. You know, a brand new, complete server, which we've had guarantees from the new company that it will not crash. Yeah. You know, they work with multi-million-pound businesses. They have the structure in place to keep.
Yeah. So this Black Friday, then you can promise everyone that the website's not gonna crash.
You put me on the spot here. Well,
people need to know.
This Black Friday, I would say that 99.9% sure that the website won't crash, because it'll show a lot of people where we've came from and where we've came to.
So obviously, like, you know, all the people that were frustrated with you in the past and called you all the words you said because of the website wasn't working, they should come back and try again this year because it's going to work.
I definitely think so. I think everybody should come back. Number one, because we'll have the biggest sale on the internet. Number two, we offer free next day delivery.
Yeah.
And number three, you won't get a goggle beanie anywhere else for 29 quid.
No. I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
No. So big plans for the future then?
Big plans. New website launches in a couple of weeks. And welcome everybody, past customers, present customers, future customers. Going to expand their brands. We're just
the new merchandise coming in as well.
Yes.
T-shirts,
Overall,
lanyards, air fresheners.
Yeah, over on David James car line coming out. And again, that's been requested from all the customers.
Yeah, the only way's up.
The only way is up, exactly.